had a conversation with them on the hammock. Like,
Yeah.
like, are you sure? So that's why I was like, do you know what I mean? And I thought I can trust Greg. And that's why I was like, I'm close to you and I'm close to him.
Yeah.
I pick on you because you take naps, but I take naps too. We both take
exactly.
just
We
as
both
many
take
naps.
naps.
Exactly. So it's like, it's kind of like an inside joke between us that we take all these naps. And you're like, oh, look at the cameras. And I'm like, yo, I'm just going to look whatever. But like,
Well, I tell you, like, you know, it's good that you said that to me, yo. But like at this point,
which I understand.
like, you know, you already know the target is on your back, yo, because of what you said.
Yeah.
Wanting to take me out, and wanting to take like Greg out.
No.
Like the best you can do, you're cool with me.
I said that
well, like you
if
said,
I were
you
to
would
put
me
people
up.
up, I'll put you up. Maybe I'll put Greg, or I will put like I'll put two strong people so they can have an equal chance to take themselves off the block. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't gutting towards everybody. I said everybody's name.
Yeah.
The girls, I said because they told me that you, Greg, like someone told me that you, Greg, Bruno, and Bobby were in an alliance.
Who told you that?
And Risha, because Risha said that you guys told her that she's safe, she's with the boys, and then Willow told me that you guys said that if I was HOH, I was putting Willow up. So then I told Willow, I would never put you up.
But I never told.
I know this
no
now.
Such thing.
That's why I was talking out loud. She asked me, and I was like, who told you this? And she said, well, apparently the guys alliance. And I was like, what guys alliance? And then she's telling me all this. So like now I'm like, hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
So it's like, so now I'm worried because I was like, I thought Greg and I was okay. And then I find out that and I was like, well, if I put someone up, it would be two strong people so they can have a fair chance. So now I'm like worried because Greg said all these things to me, and he said all these things to you, and he said all these to other people, and I don't know where to go. And like, that's why I'm sitting here and I was like, I don't know what to do because.
So who do you feel like mostly is like really responsible for you like sitting in this position?
Greg. Because I saw Greg pull Bobby on the side.
Exactly, you know, and all I can tell you is that right now, like your plan A is like, you know, I'm assuming you're probably cool with the girls, yeah.
Well, the girls and I, we
honestly, but they're cool.
That was the first time we really like talked game. But the girls and I, we haven't really talked to anything.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm just saying,
and
when all else fails, you're gonna have to, like, you know.
I know.
If you really feel strongly about this and you feel that he has played you or he has misled certain people,
I feel really rubbish about it.
Then you need to, like, you know, expose that, you know, because like
I tried to talk to him. I tried to talk to him, and he's like,
so you need to let it be known, you know.
Don't try to be buddy with me. And I was like, excuse me, and then he's like, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so like, the gloves are off then, you know, like you gotta, like, you know, because if you can show the rest of the house, like, you know, who he really is, because if he's saying the stuff about me too, then like, you know,
what is he saying about me if he's saying that to you?
Exactly.
But that was the thing. It was like, no one is ever going to talk on my mind, but he keeps on saying, like, he's like, just watch what he says. So that's why I keep on saying, what about the 20,000 scholarship? I was questioning everything you were saying to see if you were lying, and you weren't. Your story were consistent. You kept on telling me the truth.
Was consistent,
because it's
know,
true.
Like,
but he keeps on like,
just because it may be unusual.
Exactly.
Like, think about everybody who get cast here. They're not gonna cast somebody who's like boring life, you know.
Exactly.
Like everyone here is gonna have a more than usual story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now this
like,
is,
you know, people who have had surgeries. Like, I don't believe that he got hit by a car either, yo. But like, that's just like down dirty for me to come up and tell everybody that, oh, this guy's lying about something personal about his life, like that, you know.
So for me, it's like, this is our first week. I don't know everybody. I didn't really get a chance to talk to you, and I hear this from him. So I'm like, okay, let me talk to him then, and let me ask the questions. So I asked you the questions, and I said, oh, thanks. And then we got close. We talked in the hammock, and we were fine. But then I keep on hearing, like, you know, be careful. Don't get too close to him, because if anybody, he would be the person that he's like the threat. You need to watch out for him. And I'm like, and so, but then that's what Greg's saying to me. So I don't even know what he's saying to you about me.
The same thing he's told you.
Like, do you know what I mean?
And I bet you that's the same thing he's told the rest of the house.
Because like, remember when we stick to the pact, we're gonna save
He was the
Pilar.
first to break it.
And he was the one who starts going around and go, no, we're gonna save Risha. And then I was like, why? Nobody wants to break the pact. Like, and then him and Risha was like, the person that started the pact was Godfrey. Godfrey started the pact. And then Risha told me that you told Risha that you have a vote. That's why I asked you. Oh, I thought you said that you told Risha that you had a vote.
I never told her I had no vote.
Exactly, but you know what I mean?
I just told her I'd consider
every
it.
doubt that I had, I asked you. I've been straight up with you, and I asked you, did you tell Risha you had your vote? And you said no. And I asked you who started the pact, and you said Willow and or Nene. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I didn't say anything to anybody about that. So like, everything you told me, taking, like, you look me in the eye every time, I look you in the eye, and I'm like thinking you're being sincere with me. So then when I hear Greg tells me this, and I think I'm close to Greg, I'm worried now. And now you're telling me that he said that about you, about me to you. That worries me. So it's like if I'm not here, would he put said you? If you were gone, would he said me? Do you know what I mean? And now I'm like, okay, so I can't trust him. That's for a fact.
Definitely.
I appreciate you staying here talking to me right now and like letting me think out loud. And I just like it's a shock, but it's like it sucked that things happened. But it was like I was not the only person in that room, but that was the last person to talk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that room, so that's what people remember.
Well, I feel you need to tell that to the people you're in the room with. Tell that to the HOH.
Just be careful with Greg. Don't tell him that I told you this.
I'm not gonna tell him
But
any of
just,
this.
do you know what I mean?
I just
Like,
know I'm just keeping that in mind,
Yeah, because like I want, like if I were to leave next week, let's say if I do leave, I'd rather have you know this information so you can be careful around him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like.
And I am like absolutely careful.
Like you're good in the way like you step back, you watch, you see what's going on, you see how people talk, you see how they interact. So you're smart, and that's why I wanted to work with you, right? And that's why I asked you in the hammock. Like, we're good. Are we safe? Yeah, right? So that's what I thought. But then I see you with Craig, and I'm kind of worried because he's like, but he just told me all these things about you. And then now he's, like, shaking hands with you. And then I was like,
obviously, bro, like, he's just playing games.
Exactly.
Shaking my hand. I don't know what else he said about me. He's said about me.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that, that's why I take everything with a grain of salt. Like, whatever he tells me, like, I'm just like, okay. I guess we'll be good.
Yeah, and
but I know sooner or later the time will come, where
which is
show his true colors.
Which I'm worried about because it's like we had the bond. We talked about our dads. We talked about our past. Like we talked about a lot of things. Nobody else knows about my dad's situation. Exactly. Literally, like Peely doesn't know. Sarah doesn't know about what I told you about my dad. Right? Peely was sort of there, but she wasn't listening. Yeah. You're the only person that I've shared that person. Like even when I did BB casting, my dad was never mentioned in that. So I related to you in that sense where you spoke about your dad, and like I know I was a bit harsh in asking that, but it's only because I've been through the same situation. So I was like, okay, like I have a personal connection with you, and then because of this personal connection, I want to work with you. But then I get pulled aside and was like, be careful with what you're saying because he's pretending to play dumb. He knows everything about the game. He's lying to you, la la la. And I'm like, okay, well, let me ask him questions and I'll decide. Yeah. So that's what's going through my head. But I just like don't know what to do in that sense, right? Yes, Godfrey's consoling me.
Yeah?
He's being a good listener and he's being there.
Good.
So
what's going on?
I'm just trying to get his opinion without pushing, but then just trying to talk out loud and see what my best game scenario is. And
can you tell me?
Yeah, just hearing what, Greg has said about me or whatnot, but I feel like if I were to be here, he would probably be my target for next week.
Well, and you need to let that be known.
Yeah.
Because, like, as you're telling me, he said stuff about me, too. And, like, obviously, I told you.
What?
Back there. Like,
I was saying how...
What are we talking about?
Never mind.
No, how, like, Greg talks to everybody about everything, right?
Yeah.
And then I told him what Greg has told me about him. About how to watch him. He's probably being dumb, like, be careful. And that's why I ask him all these questions about his life, about, like, how often do you watch his show? Like, blah, blah, blah,
so I told you, like, if you're going to campaign, you better, like, let the rest of the house know this, that, like, he's the one who's been stirring the pot, like, because I feel as though that's the only way you will, like, get safety. That's the only way people would consider keeping you, The only hard thing is how,
how I approach it.
Exactly.
Because I do not want to say anything bad about Brittany. Like, I don't want to downplay her.
Which is why I say, it's better you show them, like, who's really responsible for, like, the way you have acted,
Yeah. I appreciate you talking to me, though.
Yeah, like I told you from before, like, we're cool, you told me what you said, and, like, it's all forgiven, like, I'm not going to hold a grudge about that.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you half of these people have probably said, like, worse things, so, like, it's all good. You just need to tell the rest of, let them know,
Just be careful with
so
it.
that, of course, yeah, I will.
I'm, like, not even game talk, like on a personal level. Just
Yeah, for sure.
be careful what you say around him. Like obviously work with him because he's good to have.
Yeah, but like,
But watch your back because Risha said the same thing before she left. She told Sarah this before she left.
Wow.
Before, literally, when she said there was a twist, and before Risha left, like Risha was hugging Sarah on the side and told Sarah, watch out for Greg. Watch out for Greg because there's an all guys alliance that he started, and like he told me that I was part of it, and that's why I thought I was safe.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So if Risha, who is leaving,
Because he just might have an
yeah,
honestly, you know.
but then
And like, who you need to
like
stress
why would Risha say that?
You
if
need
she's
to
leaving?
focus on letting the girls know this.
Yeah. Thanks, Godfrey.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
So make sure that like, you know, the girls know, as opposed to like, you know, the guys, because for all you know, they might be like part of that same thing, you know.